One moment my cat is screaming at me. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If this is the first time you've stopped by, my name is Dark Contier. I am an author who writes dark fantasy and science fiction, just like that little banner up there says. If you're a subscriber, thank you very much for stopping by. It really means a lot to me for you to take some time out to watch my video. So I started with the idea of making these videos to give monthly updates, and then, pandemic happened and it was just too stressful. I've just started back doing writing updates on my blog. I did one for last month, but I thought, let's switch things up a bit. We'll do a video one. So there were only a few projects that I worked on for the month of August. But before I get into any of that, I just wanted to give you an update for my short story Trip of a Lifetime that I submitted to Apex and Abyss. Was rejected, unfortunately, but that's all part of the process, right? So I kind of want to touch a bit more about my short story. And it's not that it upsets me that it's been rejected. I mean, that happens. You have to get used to rejection as being part of the process when you're a writer. It also got me thinking about maybe starting to write more short stories. I went through a whole creepy phase, more creepy than normal, and I had a bunch of short stories that I had written out. One of them actually was published in an anthology by a small publishing company by the name of 7DS, but it did kind of get me itching to write more short stories. They're more difficult, I find. The shorter the story, the more difficult it is to write, because you have to have the complete beginning, middle, and ending, and you have to make it be a beginning, middle, and ending, and not just a scene of something. Maybe after I'm finished with my zombie novels and my ghost story, maybe I might write a few more, but we'll see. I've got a few ideas, and right now that's not my main focus. Okay, so now that's out of the way. The first book I want to talk about, Survival Rules, my zombie plague novel that I had, 140,000 words, and I split it into two. The first half is called Survival Rules. The second half will be called Reality Rules. Still haven't heard back from Nightfire on whether or not it's been accepted, but I am up 2 places in the queue. So it took 2 months to move me 2 places, which is perfectly fine with me. At this rate, it'll be 18 months before I hit number 1 in the queue, and I should have Reality Rules finished and the third book, Slaughter Rules, all done as well. So the really exciting thing about August, was all the work that I got done on my ghost story, Down Finnegan's Hollow, including tying it into my Halliwell Island series. So a little backstory about my Halliwell Island series. It was originally supposed to start with The Possession of Mercy Moreau. Maybe you might have read some of it on my blog, and I think it was the beginning of this year I just took it all down. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to maybe self-publish this, I'm not sure, but I didn't change my mind about having it as a free read. The whole series revolves around a group of stories that are connected to each other through the characters. So characters from the first book would show up in the second book would show up in the third book, and on and on and on. I even wrote a little blurb for the whole series. On an island in Lake Ontario, ghostly interactions with the inhabitants are a common occurrence. Sometimes it's to right a wrong, other times it's to seek revenge. But whatever disturbs the dead eventually disturbs the living. Welcome to Halliwell Island, where love, lust, and revenge isn't restricted by death. So that's the whole thing. And I wrote that back in 2011. So that's got a few years on it, doesn't it? Down Finnegan's Hollow, I always thought was a standalone, all by itself. But I've managed to make a connection to this series. So instead of The Possession of Mercy Moreau being the introductory book, this is going to be a somewhat introductory, references maybe a character or two, from the island might show up. I'm not sure. We're still trying to figure that out. But it will have a definite connection to the island and to the series, which I was really happy about when I found that out. It's like, yay! It wasn't a standalone, which means I can't write standalone novels. Everything has to be in a series. So with Finnegan's Hollow, I'm halfway through the serious revision because of massive cuts that I made to this story. It was just, I ripped it all apart. Ripped it to shreds from chapter 1 all the way through. The last 2 chapters aren't even chapters, they're just scenes, and I have to kind of splice everything together and make everything work and make everything sound properly and add stuff from, you know, the new plot to make sure that all the old plot is out, and it's really gonna take a while to get that done. But I'm on chapter 7. Everything looks good so far. Sounds good so far. And with the new writing program I have, Scrivener, it's been really easy to just jump around, add things, take things out, move scenes, and not have to worry about whether or not they're going to get deleted or missing. I really like this this writing program. It's really, really good. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of content to video. I did have an idea for a series, and I did a few episodes last year or the year before. I did have a bit of a script, and it just felt too forced, for lack of a better word. Anyway, I might revisit that. I'm not sure. So that's basically it for the month of August. I know this is really late. It's the beginning of September when I'm finally getting this up, but the last few weeks of the month were just in... It's just been a really crazy summer, and I haven't really had time to do anything. I am planning something for the fall solstice. Now, it's nothing witchy or pagan. It's a poem that I wrote, and I found some music, and I'm debating whether it should just be me in front of the camera reading it, or a voiceover with pictures. I've got some really nice music for it. It sounds good. So if you follow me on Twitter or Facebook, keep an ear out for that or an eye out for that. I might give little updates. So if you have an idea of what you think I should video, what do you think I should talk about, let me know in the comments below. Let me know on Twitter. Let me know on Facebook. It's all cool with me. That's it for now. Hopefully I will get that poem video done and up in time. Please keep your fingers crossed. And I will endeavor to make another video at the end of the month about my updates. So until then, everyone, stay safe. Have a good night.